What's going on, y'all? I'm back. It's me, Ricky Dominguez, and I'm gonna title this talk "Anecdote Before the Poison." Anecdote before the poison. This one is a big deal to me, just based on my life. If you looked at my life, you will know that it's a big deal to me. But I get the saying "anecdote before the poison" from my boy Andrew Tate. I know a lot of people have different opinions on Andrew Tate, but when I tapped in and I heard the spirit of his message, I was on board. I mean, whether I agree with everything or disagree with anything is irrelevant because I hear what he's saying, and I'm listening on top of that. Two different things. Well, today, what prompted this video, the antidote before the poison. Today, I got some news that a person that I work with, who actually welcomed me into this company that I now work for, had some health issues, and it just prompted me to start thinking, man, how he is, and how he always, liked to party and everything that comes along with that, and he acted as if he didn't need sleep, and he was a heavier guy, and he already had some health restrictions, and it just got me to thinking, man, about how important health is and how you literally need to be taking the antidote before the poison, right? Even at work, we have this thing that when an incident happens, something that's of a high magnitude, that is called a kappa, right? A kappa, and it's a corrective action and a preventative action, right? It needs to be taken once you have a situation that is serious enough. Now, the corrective action is what you do immediately, right? You might say, for instance, you spill something on the floor. Okay, your corrective action is to mop it up, right? But what's more important is the preventative action, what you put in place to ensure that that doesn't happen again. And I'm saying that to say, take the antidote before the poison, right? I see him, and then I look at my life, and it just confirms that I'm not into playing games with my health. I stopped eating a lot of things. I work out continuously, and no, I don't believe that I'm going to lengthen my days of life, because I'm a firm believer that my days are already counted. But what I can do is strengthen the quality of my life. The days that I'm here, I'll have better movement, better motion, better fit. My mind is completely linked to my body. So therefore, when I have a strong body, I have a strong mind, right? And in that, it's just a lot of things that it confirmed to me that I'm on the right path. Although people are saying, Rick, you don't live, and Rick, you can eat this, or Dad, you don't eat that, because I have a pretty strenuous diet. In fact, I eat the same thing every day. I've seen videos where they've said that the body is set to take in a variety of things. Well, I do eat the same thing every day, but it's a variety of things. I have salmon, ground beef, chicken, mushrooms, carrots, kale, and bowls. I eat bowls every day. Every day, man. I drink nothing but water every day. I have a smoothie every day, the same smoothie with this same concoction, this component of the same things: beets, chia seeds, cucumbers, celery. I ensure that my body is getting what it needs. I'm reminded that this is a machine, and I want it to be the ultimate machine. I want to put in it what's called for. I'm not just gonna put anything. When I had my scat, I didn't put regular gas in it or even premium. I put nitro. I made sure I went to Shell each and every time, because I have a respect for Shell. And I've known them to be a high grade. And I then, not only did I go to Shell, which in my mind is a high grade gasoline, I went to their highest product to put into my scat. I'm more valuable than that car, hands down. God says that the body is more than clothes. You know, your body wasn't made to put clothes on. Your body was made to colonize Earth. I got something for you to do. And there's no way that you can do it when you're not in good health. You know, and this specific person that spawned this video, taking the antidote before the poison, you know, I looked up to him in a regard as far as his financial capability. He amassed things that I'm trying to conquer and exceed. But one thing that I'm reminded of, without health, there is no wealth. You can amass all of this money, but once your body shuts down, it was all for nothing. You know, and as I began to think, and the Spirit showed me some things, the first thing that it showed me was that, you know, I don't want to forget, because that's not the first thing that it showed me. Because see, I have something from Philippians that it brung to me after the fact, but I'm trying to remember the exact thing that it reminded me of. It'll come to me. It'll come to me. But another thing that I'm reminded of is, see, I don't like that lighting on there. Maybe one day I'll get some equipment that I could, you know. But dominion, you know, given a dominion mandate, I'm going to always go back to this dominion mandate, because that was the original intent of God for us, you know, to rule over the earth, you know, and not be slaves to our belly. You know, dominion over earth meaning to rule over things, not let things rule over us. And we've come to a point where we've lost complete control of our stomachs, of our desires. You know, we just give in and just have no self-control. You know, and that's not a good thing, man. It's not a good thing for weed to tell you what to do when you were created to manage those resources. It's not a good thing for tobacco or cocaine leaf to lead your life. Those are things that you were put over to have dominion over. They weren't supposed to manage you. You're supposed to manage them. You know, no substance, no animal, no material thing should be telling us what to do. We are here to tell it what to do. And when it got switched, I can't call the exact date, but it's definitely switched. We've lost our rulership, our management skills over the things that we should be managing. We've lost control. We've become slaves to our belly. That's what it says in Philippians, that those whose God is their belly. Like, it tells you what to do. It tells you when to eat, what to eat. You have no control, no self-control. That's no good. And yes, it's tough. It's tough to sacrifice and give up those things that you have a habit of eating, you know, but when it comes to the things that I want out of life, the things that I want to fulfill, I don't want to die with all of this stuff inside of me, all of these thoughts, ideas, books, dreams, scriptures, teachings that I could be sharing with the world. I don't want to die with that inside of me. I'm trying to hear well done. I'm trying to lay down when it's that time and be at peace. And I know having a healthy body is a huge part of that. You only get one of these. My spirit is willing, but my flesh is weak. I have no confidence in my flesh. That's what my boy said in Philippians. No confidence in the flesh. None. I don't have none. I got to put it in its place every chance I get. And as I'm thinking about it, man, I plan to fast for the end of this month, December, a 3-day fast, just water, just to, you know, stay on course, because I did one 3 months ago, and I want to stay on course for every 3 months, fasting, turning over my plate, exercising, self-control, showing my stomach, showing my body that I'm in control and you're not. But some byproducts of that is my digestive system getting a rest, getting to reset. My spiritual being turns up, because there's nothing it has to fight against. You know, I'm gonna be praying, you know, and leaning on God, trying to get some answers for some things during that time, trying to hear God, because you don't have nothing inside blocking that, you know. But one thing I do want to say, because I was reminded in Philippians 2, is that, you know, I don't believe that I got it all together, man. And I could have made a mistake. There's a lot of things that I've set out to do differently this year. And yes, I fell back on some things. I haven't eaten right all the time. I've not went to the gym sometimes. I've been tempted by myself by looking at girls, or, you know. But one thing that I do, like Philippians said, you know, I don't count myself to have attained it or apprehended or be perfect. I don't. But one thing I do is I forget those things that are behind me and I reach forward to those things that are ahead. I make mistakes. But every day I'm back to zero again. I gotta redo this thing. I gotta build my confidence. I gotta prove to myself that I'm a man of my word. I'm a man of integrity. That I take responsibility for this vessel. I appreciate it. And I'm gonna take care of it. And not only am I gonna take care of it, I'm gonna advance it. I'm 42. Well, I'll be 42 in February. But I'm 42, man. And I don't plan on slowing down or giving way to my belly. I've learned this, man. And yes, I started off as a basketball player and it put some things in me, but the Spirit of God, one of the fruits of the Spirit, one of the fruit of the Spirit is self-control. You have to have self-control. You have to exercise it in whatever capacity you can. Start small. I was talking to my nephew the other day, and I noted when he took his shirt off, I noticed his stomach. Anybody know me, I'm going to speak on it if I feel comfortable enough to speak on it, because it's not coming from a place of tearing you down. It's coming from a place of love. I immediately, nah, that ain't supposed to be what your eating habits is like, because I understand what you put in is what you get out. You are what you eat, and I wasn't pleased at that sight, and I know he can't be pleased, and I can only imagine, the world with these guts. I tell my friends, I've told them, and I'll tell them again, that there's no better feeling than to wake up in the morning with a six-pack. I'm just saying, it is what it is. There's a confidence that comes with that. When you wake up in the morning and you look in the mirror and you like what you see, confidence right from the beginning. And that's what we need. I don't want to wake up in the morning and see a belly, but I see my nephew and I immediately, what's your eating habits? And he mentioned pizza puffs and fries, and he barely drinks water. Man, listen, and he looked like it. No shots at him, but he looked like it. And I'm saying, take the antidote before the poison. Don't wait until you're in a situation and then you try to fix it. But sometimes that happens, and even if you get into a situation and you have to fix it, after that, what is your preventative action? What are you going to do? Are you not taking your life serious? Are you going to die empty? Are you going to live this sluggish life, walking through life with no energy and no pep because what you ate owns you, is telling you what to do? You don't feel your best, and if you don't know you don't feel your best, stop eating that garbage, start eating better, and then you tell me the difference. Giving in to your desires and your appetites, that's not the way to go. That's momentarily fulfilling. That's not what I'm looking for. That's not what we should be looking for. We should be looking for long-lasting progress, endurance, stamina. And that comes from what you eat. I even was reminded about Daniel, how he was chosen to be smart, to be intelligent, to somebody to work into this kingdom that wasn't his, but that the king wanted some people that were smart, that were bright, that he can teach them the language and they can work in the palace. He wanted to have nice looking people in the palace, intelligent people who can represent the palace. So Daniel was one of the ones that he chose. And the king said to make sure that within 3 years that they're eating and drinking good. So feed them what I'm eating, for the next 3 years, and then bring them in front of me. And Daniel was like, I'm not eating that. I'm not eating nothing that defile me, And he told the guards, he said, hey, well, look, if you scared that the king gonna cut your head off because you're not doing what he said, which is make me eat this, give me 10 days. Let me eat what I'm gonna eat, which God has sanctioned, what I know is right, and then you give them what you're gonna give them and compare us in 10 days. And after them 10 days, you know what? Daniel looked better, more fit, more everything than they was. So he let them be. So I'm saying, man, watch what you eat. This ain't no game. Take the antidote before the poison, and that's in anything in life, not just health. I'm talking about marriage. You need to be taking the antidote before the poison. Reading, relationships. Read about relationships. Be aware of relationships, right? Anything that you can take the antidote before the poison. Anything where you feel like, okay, this may be a problem. Let me start working on that. There are a lot of things that we inherit genetically. All you got to do is look around, ask some questions, and know that, oh my God, my family has a history of high blood pressure, stress, salt. I need to stay away from them things early. And people gonna say, you going a little bit too far, Rick. My mom will even say that to me. Rick, you don't eat nothing, so I just can't feed you nothing. When I go to her house, you know what I'm saying? She just, because I'm turning around everything. And I ain't gave her no list when I get there, like I don't eat this, I don't eat this, I'm not eating this. But when I get there and she try to hand me something, I'm like, I'm not eating them eggs. I'm not eating that cheese. I'm not drinking that milk. You know what I'm saying? I don't want none of that cake that I used to put in the microwave with the milk with the ice in it. So I'm not a robot. It's not that I don't want those things, that I don't sometimes succumb to those things, but I know that doesn't do me the best. I can feel it. I know it's not good for me. I wake up the next day and I can feel it. I got sludge in my engine. I'm a BMW. I'm an ultimate driving machine. I'm a supercar. I don't, what? Put what and where? I'm here to perform, and I don't wake up every day like, how do I feel? I do wake up every day aware, knowing that I got to do things. So what am I going to do? I'm going to put myself in the best position to accomplish those things at the highest level. I got a spirit of excellence, and I wish that upon everybody. I pray for that. I pray right now that Jesus blesses y'all with a spirit of excellence. That how you do anything is how you do everything. From your eating habits, from the way you handle your children, to the way you operate at work. A spirit of excellence, accountability. God said it is your reasonable service to give this body as a living sacrifice. Manage it. Act like you know. But remember, take the antidote before the poison. Don't wait till you laying in your bed in a hospital, in an emergency room, before you realize that, hey, maybe I need to get some sleep. Or maybe I need to drink some water. Like what? Your body is 70% water. You think you don't need to drink water? That baffles me. Once you get that understanding and then you choose to do the opposite, I hate to say it, but it's a natural law. What do you think is going to happen? It's like gravity. Like, you going to tell me that you're going to beat gravity, you're going to go jump off a cliff. You don't believe that's true. You don't. Yeah, go ahead and jump. And see, won't the natural law of gravity prevail? Your body is 70% water. Do you not think that you need to drink water? Abundantly. Above all things. Look, water. Right? At the least, drink water. Like, it don't taste good. What? How old are you? It don't taste good. Man, I was like this, man. Yeah. That ventilator, that plastic tube down your throat. You tell me what that tastes like. What? It don't taste good. The antidote before the poison. I'm passionate about that, man, because I've seen that transition. I know the change. I know the energy level. I know the clarity of thought without drinking, without smoking. I know those things. Yes, I've teetered. I don't think I'm perfect, but one thing I do. I forget those things that are behind me. Yeah, I used to smoke. Yeah, I used to pop pills. Yeah. But now that I've seen the difference, it's far and few in between. It'll probably never happen again, but if it does, I'm going to be just as mindful that wasn't no good for me. I go on stretches, years. Well, I'm getting it in. I'm making progress. Yes, we all fall short, but there needs to come a time in your life where you understand the importance and it's a done deal. Your health, I'm talking about you living. I'm talking about the things that you need to do, the people you need to be here for. You don't care? All the things you say you want. And I get some people, I don't think I'm going to live past. Come on with that, man. We're in a civilized society. You have an opportunity to live an extended amount of years. There's medical help. There's spiritual help. There's so many things to aid you and guide you nowadays. You have no excuse. Put the work in. The antidote before the poison. Take in the knowledge. Get the information. Get a vision for your life. It's some things that you want to do, some people you want to see. You need to be wanting to prove something to yourself that I am what I think I am. And then there's a track, there's steps, there's things that you must do. And your health gotta be number one. It's gotta be. Your health. I'm total well-being. You know, like what? But anyway, y'all, man, take the antidote before the poison. Don't find yourself in a position being controlled by substances, controlled by your stomach. Before you know it, it's gotten out of hand. And it's laborious for you to walk upstairs. Walk? That's something you did when you was, what, 1? Maybe before 1, you was walking. That's natural to you. It's hard for you to do that now because of your choices. They ain't lying when they said your choices tell the world who you are. I can look at a person. I'm to the point where I'm looking at people and then they maybe have a muscular frame and I look at their stomach. Oh, I got them. They ain't got the self-control. I'm going to outlast them. They ain't got it. They ain't got it, man. But anyway, y'all, hope y'all enjoy that. I'm glad I got a chance to talk about that with y'all. Take the antidote before the poison. Just remember, y'all, just be out here serving your gifts to the world, to God's people in a way that pleases Him, and everything will be all right. I holla.